Have you been getting a little bored with your workouts at home and really trying to make things more intense, but you just get a little confused? Well, today I'm gonna walk you through how to make your own circuit workout and progress that circuit workout so you can get a good, intense workout in at home. Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Aaron from AMFIT Coaching and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna guide you through how to make your own circuit workout from the structure, reps, sets, rest time, and how to actually progress it week to week to make things more challenging and more intense. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron, and I currently put out about one video a week, with the exception of last week. I did miss last week because work got a little busy with things, so I kind of missed my upload. So usually it is once a week, and if you want to get updates for those videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. So with that out of the way, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, and let's get into how to make your circuit workout. So I'm going to put a graphic and some text on the screen over to the side, so that way you can really follow along and see visually what I'm going to cover. So we're covering the structure of the workout first and how you can kind of put things together. When it comes to making a circuit workout, it's fairly simple. It's not too complicated, and we're just going to cover one method today. We're not going to get super complex and like different styles you can do. We're gonna stick with one method so that way you can try it out and you can easily vary it and make it very challenging just with this method. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our workout, and we're going to break it down into 3 different sections. We're going to have the first circuit, we're going to have the second circuit, and then we're going to have some optional core or intervals at the end. I say optional because it's kind of dependent on how you feel, your current fitness level, and if you feel like you need that little extra at the end. So for your 2 circuits, we're going to use an order of exercises that's going to make the circuit easy to follow. So we're going to have a lower body exercise, an upper body exercise, and then a cardio exercise. So circuit 1 is going to be lower, upper, cardio, and then circuit 2, same structure, lower, upper, cardio, and then we'll leave out the optional stuff because that can really be whatever you want. That can be a Tabata, it can be some intervals, it could be some sprints, it could be just a bit of core work, or maybe some like light rehab work that you're doing. It could really be anything or nothing at all. So now that we have the structure down for our circuits, we have lower, upper, and cardio. Now all we need to do is find some exercises to fit into those categories. Now this is where you can be really creative or focus on muscles that you really need to work on, or you can make things a little more balanced. It's completely up to you on this. So you can be really creative and make it as hard as you want. So for example, our first circuit could be a kettlebell squat for the lower movement, could be a dumbbell row for the upper movement, and then it could be some mountain climbers for the cardio movement. And then if we want to make things more balanced, we will try and use opposing muscle groups compared to the first circuit for the second circuit. So we could do deadlifts as the lower body movement for circuit 2. We could do a shoulder press for the upper body movement. And then for the cardio movement, we could do some high knees or like running in place. So the exercises you choose are completely up to you. You can be as creative as you want, make it as balanced or as dominant on a certain body part as you want. You can really do what you feel. So now, how many reps, sets, and what do you do for your rest time? That's where it can get a little more complicated, so let's go over that. Now for the cardio movement, we're just going to do it as a timed exercise. That is a lot easier than somehow counting reps for it. So for the cardio component of each circuit, we're going to just do 20 to 30 seconds, approximately. I would recommend starting in the lower range, and then depending on how things feel, go to the upper range. So start with 20 to 30 seconds. For the exercises, there's a few different rep ranges you can use. You can either start low and build your way up, or depending on your fitness level and how fit you are, if you're a beginner, maybe just start at the lower ones, and if you're advanced, super fit, then you could start a little higher. So you could use 10 to 12 reps, or 12 to 15 reps, or 15 to 20 reps. I would recommend keeping things consistent, exercise to exercise. So each circuit, 10 to 12 reps, and then have the same timed duration for each cardio exercise. So that way it's very easy to follow. You're not getting confused on how many reps you're doing, and it's very easy to make progressions week to week. So if you're a little brand new, I'd start with 10 to 12. And if you're a little more advanced, you could do the 15 to 20 or 12 to 15. Now for rest time, this is also going to vary a little bit depending on your fitness level. I would recommend starting higher and then working your way down. So I would recommend anywhere between 60 seconds and 120 seconds, so 2 minutes of rest between your circuits. So between each individual exercise in your circuit, there's going to be little to no rest time. So you want to be swapping as fast as you can. And then after you've completed one round of that circuit, then you're going to take your rest time. So anywhere between 1 minute and 2 minutes would be appropriate. Usually 90 seconds seems to be good for most people and myself. But if you are a little tired and it's a little new for you, I would start with 2 and then work your way down to eventually getting to 60 seconds of rest. So how do we progress things and how do we actually make this workout harder? It may be hard the first week, but we do want to make sure we're progressively making things a little more challenging over the course of a month. So I would recommend following a circuit program for around 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how you feel. So when we look at progressions, we want to make sure we're making some changes week to week to make things a little more difficult. So first, let's look at what our options are for actually making things more difficult. So we have basically 3 ways we can make things more difficult with our circuit workouts. We could increase the sets of each circuit. So at week 1, we could start at 3 sets for each circuit. And then week 2, we could progress to 4 sets. We could also increase the reps and make things a little more challenging. So week 1, you could start at 10 to 12 reps if you're a little new. And if you're feeling good, week 2, you could go up to using 12 to 15 reps and make things a lot more challenging. And if you really want to test your cardio and recovery capabilities, you could decrease the rest time over the course of the weeks. So if you wanted to keep everything the same, that would be fine, and just focusing on reducing the rest time. So let's say at week 1, you needed 2 minutes. Maybe at week 2, let's take 1 minute and 45 seconds. Week 3, 1 minute 30 seconds, and then maybe week 4, 1 minute and 15 seconds. So you progressively get lower and lower a little bit each week and make things just a little bit more challenging. So that is how you can make things more difficult. I'm going to give you an example of what that would actually look like with a circuit program put together and how things can change on a weekly basis. So let's say we have our circuit and we're going to start week 1 at 3 sets per circuit, 10 to 12 reps per exercise, and 90 seconds of rest in between each round. Now week 2, to make things a little more challenging, maybe you weren't too comfortable with increasing the reps or the weight or anything like that, we're going to increase the sets. So week 2, we're going to do 4 sets, 10 to 12 reps per exercise, and 90 seconds of rest. Now moving on to week 3, now we can really ramp it up a little bit. We'll stay at 4 sets per circuit, but we're going to bump it up to 12 to 15 reps per exercise. And we're going to stay at that 90 seconds of rest because we did increase the reps quite dramatically. So we may need to kind of stay at that rest. We don't want to lower it too soon yet. Then at week 4, we can stay at 4 sets, stay at 12 to 15 reps, and then we could decrease the rest time to 75 seconds instead of 90 seconds to make that cardio component even more difficult. So that would be an excellent way to progress your circuit workout over the course of the month, and it would make things a lot more challenging for you. So that is how you can put together your own circuit workout. You can be as creative as you would like. As you may have noticed, it's fairly simple. It isn't a super complex science or anything. You just need to make sure you have that structured down. So have your 2 circuits and then have a cardio or core component at the end if you'd want to add it in. And then make sure you have a lower body, upper body cardio exercise in each circuit. And there you go. You can play around with the exercises. You could do whatever exercises you want. If you make things more balanced, that would be recommended. But if you're really trying to focus on a certain body part, you could easily emphasize that as well. So I hope you found today's video useful. And if you're gonna try this, let me know down in the comments, or if you're already doing something like this, let me know as well. And if there's anything you'd want me to cover that I may have missed in more detail, or you'd want to see more videos overviewing how to actually put a program together, let me know down in the comments and I would be more than happy to make a video on that. So I appreciate all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.